No, it wasn't, to be honest with you, it wasn't her specifically. Are you talking about number 25?
Number two.
Yeah, so no, we just wanted to be much quicker to the ball. And aside from that, I think that it more had to do with whether or not we were in one particular zone versus another one, based upon where she was. But I thought that we played well, played hard, played together, and for the first time really put all 4 quarters together. But I want to attribute a lot of that to the kind of support that our fans, they were out enthusiastic, and they didn't have to come, but they did, and today is a very important day for most people. So we really want to thank our fans for the kind of support that they gave, and I really want to thank our team, because I think that this team today made it worthwhile for people to come out and support. They worked hard, and I'm really proud of them.
Coach Stringer, did you see anything from your team today that you haven't seen throughout the season?
Did I see something from who?
From your team today that you just haven't seen throughout the season in terms of?
Well, I think that it was coming. We were able to put maybe a half a quarter together, maybe then a quarter together, where we would have, outplayed a team. But, with there being 4 quarters, if we were only able to play 1 quarter well or 2 quarters well, that's sometimes not enough. But I thought, the question that I had as I shared with the team before we played was, I thought that we played well even in a loss against Michigan. We played hard, but, we came up short. We've had a couple of games where the game could have gone one way or another, but it didn't. And so one of my managers and one of my coaches asked me, well, how did I think we were going to play today? And I was saying that I'm not sure. It depends. We need to focus. And if we take from where we were with the Michigan game and decide now let's go 3 quarters, and then when we go that far, then we know that maybe we can actually take that 4th quarter as well. That this could happen. We could take that second step. But it was up to the team. But they didn't hesitate in saying, well, we're ready to win games now, and they demonstrated that with the way that they came out. So we saw it in the Michigan game. Actually, we saw it in Houston. There were several games that you see it, and that's what hurts so much because you're so close, when you have leads in the latter stages of the game. But I thought that it was significant to come back-to-back because Michigan is for real, and Penn State is for real as well.
Coach, your team didn't rebound, I guess, very well today. They were out-rebounded 23-9 on the offensive glass. How were you able to overcome that today?
It's interesting that you said that. But one of the things that was key for us is that we only had 12 turnovers, and we've generally had far more than that. And I think that our shooting percentage in the first half was up there. And so when you're shooting it well, then there's not going to be the same kind of turnover. Same type of rebounds or as many rebounds in that situation. Although we have to do a better job, in particular because of the kind of defense that we were playing. And call it what you will, it's a matchup. So we were much closer to, our the person that we're supposed to rebound. But we'll have to look at some tape, and I can promise you that every day we work on this every single day. And it didn't show up as much simply because we were still ahead, But in the other circumstance, and then on the other hand, I think with Michigan in one of the other games, we out-rebounded somebody by 13 or 14 rebounds. For example, Schroeder herself had 10 rebounds. So we'll put all of those things together. We just want to keep on getting better and getting stronger.
Schroeder, you guys have been shooting the 3 a lot better recently. Has your philosophy changed, or is it just a matter of making the open ones?
It's just a matter of having confidence in shooting it. Like, we know we can. We make them in practice. Like, you just got to transfer over to games. We can make them shots.
And Kansas, you guys were giving them a really tough time on defense, getting a lot of steals and breakaways. What was your goal as a team today on defense?
Like you said, just getting stops, helping each other, helping the helper, getting together and doing it as one.
And Shrita, KK had 7 assists and only 2 turnovers. She played a really complete game. Does that help you out and help the rest of the team out?
As our point guard, it helps the whole team out. When the point guard has a good game, we all have a good game, and we continue to play together. and the point guard continues to lead us, and that's exactly how we get W's.
Candace, your first attempted threes and made threes of the season. Is this something that you have been in the process of developing? I haven't checked to see what your junior college three numbers were, but just tell me about that. Obviously, extending your game.
I mean, I'm not naturally a three-point shooter, but we have been practicing during practice. Honestly, I didn't know I was that far out, but kept the form and, kept going, and my teammates kept giving it to me, so appreciate it.
And Sharita, was a career high game for you, and maybe the best two-game stretch of your career. Is there something that you've gotten more comfortable with in terms of your entire floor game, not just the scoring, but so many things have come together here recently?
Well, a couple of days ago, our former players came by and practiced with us, and we just had like an honest moment. And I felt like that was like the first time I was actually being honest and telling Coach what I need to do. And having Brianna Canty talk to me and telling me, like, you can do it. Like, you know what the team needs, you know what you can do, and you know what you can't do. And she just basically gave me my confidence back, and I'm just using that. And my teammates and my coaches, they keep pushing me.
Coach Stringer, what's the biggest difference you've seen in your team going from non-conference play and now from what you've seen so far in Big Ten play?
Well, the obvious improvement, much more control. We knew when to break, and we valued the possession of the ball. And I think that we were real anxious at the beginning, and it causes a lot of anxiety because we didn't know where the points were coming from. So we would get the ball and dribble as fast as we could, and we couldn't see. We couldn't even see. It was just like a blinding speed, and it was out of control. And we needed to settle down and to understand what our roles and responsibilities were. I thought that today was the first time throughout the entire time that KK had control because everybody gave her that. When someone would start to take off, she would call for the ball. She didn't try to stop anyone off of a transition, but she seemed to have that kind of control. And like Sharita was saying, when she's calm, it makes everybody else calm. So that's one of the things. The other is that I thought that we executed, that we were willing to run patterns through, and we many times got those shots on the fourth or fifth pass that was there. I thought that we handled the press much better. Before, we would be nervous and start to throw the ball away because we had an imaginary press, and it really wasn't. So it was just, I think, playing all these games, and really and truthfully with me, as well as I'm sure the team, the more we play together, the more you can look at a player and think, okay, they're in trouble, or that we're calm. And so I'm beginning to read them a lot better in terms of what they can handle in the game and what we need to do. And so I'm happy that we won the game as we did this way. And let me just say this. We took a couple timeouts. We took a couple timeouts at a crucial point because we needed to remind the team, wait, hold up. I've seen this before and it wasn't good. So before we start to go down that road, like one turnover after another, or our eyes start to get glassy because we're, maybe we didn't score as much, let's calm down to know that we're in control and we can handle this better. And I thought that they handled it really well. And so that's good for me and the assistant coaches, and it's good for the players to play this kind of competition and to be calm with what's happening. Honestly, the competition is really much better in the Big Ten, but we're getting better, and that's the difference, We're just getting better, and hopefully, we'll continue to get better every day.
Coach, how about Sharita's involvement as a player, someone that you ask when you do play man-to-man, she'll defend, big assignments, complete floor game, really doing so many things even besides scoring. How about the way she's evolved?
Yeah, she has evolved. But see, when we were losing at one particular point, because keep in mind that we lost S.E. Davis as well as Brianna County, so we lost the people that shared the bulk of the information in terms of, or the experience in terms of running our team. And then KK was doing that, but she was thrust in that position because she really hadn't played much at all last year. So so Sharita said, well, I'd like to play it. And she was only saying that because she wanted to try to help with the control factor. And there's no reason that two guards, together can't handle that together. But we also need someone that knows that they can handle the ball, but their primary job is to get involved in the assist side of things and to score. And that's something that we felt that Sharita could do. And so while she can, if we, in a pinch, need her to run a point guard, she knows that her job is to score, to look to attack, but under control, and to find the other people that are there. And I think that, let me give you an example. Aaliyah June, she's doing a much better job. I'm really happier with her, much happier with her than I was last year. Because I think that she's taking balanced shots. She's just not jacking it up. She knows that she's going to be in there for a while. And so, sometimes she tries to force a pass, but I've even had an appreciation for that because I understand what she's looking at more. So they're all evolving. They're all evolving. And like you said with Candace, she didn't know that where she was, but it was easy. It was she stepped into the rhythm of the shot, and she's the kind of person that's going to work. She's been working on her game, and she'll continue to work on her game as an individual because she needs to score. She must score. Aaliyah June must score. Same thing with Sharita. They've got to score. And so whatever the post can contribute, that's big in a great way. But those guys have got to do that. KK needs to be the assist person, make sure that she's distributing, and anything that she does in the scoring department becomes incidental. But when you start talking about the 2, 3, and 4 positions, that's where the vast majority of scoring has always come from with the Scarlet Knights. And so I'm glad that they've addressed it, and we'll continue to work on it.
Any other questions? Thank you, ladies.
Happy New Year, everybody.